There were various things that made me frightened. As a young deckie, I think I was maybe frightened of the weather to start with, because there were mountainous seas rolling down on the ship, and I thought everyone was going to crash on board. But the ships were very good sea ships, and they did climb over most of those massive seas. Later on, when I was in charge, I became more worried when we got into bad conditions among the ice fields and so forth. Back in 1950, which is when I first went to sea, I, as a deckie leader, would earn £3.15 of old money per week. And that would go to my mother. But then I had a pounded share of the trip and also a share of the liver money. So it depended on how much money the fish brought when we landed it. Sometimes, my first trip to sea, I remember very well, I picked up £12 for 3 weeks' work. And I was absolutely astounded. I'd never seen so much money. Unfortunately, it deteriorated from there a little bit, and I finished up earning £2 on my next trip, £2.50, £2.10 it was then. And then I think my fourth and fifth trip I owed money, because I had to pay for various things like my gear and my wireless and the income tax and so forth. So I actually finished up owing £9 to the company. Later on, when I became a skipper, a lot more money to be earned. Well, there were times I enjoyed it when I was catching an awful lot of fish. That was great. When I wasn't catching very much, I wasn't very happy. And when conditions got bad, I wasn't very happy, because I was the one responsible that the ship should stay safe and catch fish. Well, to tell you the truth, back in the 1950s and the 60s, I made the rules. As a skipper, there were obviously rules laid down that I had to follow, but once the ship sailed, I pretty much decided who did what and when. Did I miss the family? Of course, yes, you missed your family. I think you missed your family most when you first sailed. You didn't really want to leave them. And going into the unknown was apprehensive. You think about what you'd just done for a couple of days at home before. But once you got into the trip, there were so many other things to concern you and to worry you, and they had to think about that. I think the family faded into the background a little bit. Obviously, from time to time, you did think about them and wish you was back with them.